Hello viewers, welcome back. So this is the third video under the playlist of release 4.0 where we are covering Tally's latest release of 4.0 major features under Tally release 4.0. In the last video, we covered the first major feature of dashboard where we walked through the basic navigation of the dashboard. In this video, let us go and then see how we can play around with the dashboard and how you can create your own dashboard, how you can modify the tiles of the dashboard, or how you can add additional information for the existing tile and various other features of the dashboard we will see in this video. So let us go to Tally and explore this wonderful feature of dashboard in release 4.0. In the last video, we explored the dashboard and understood various components of dashboard and also learned navigation across dashboard. In this session, we shall explore further and learn what else can be done with the dashboard. Whichever is the default dashboard is either sales or purchase dashboard you are viewing. Let us now go to the dashboard. I'm just going to press O. This is the sales dashboard. You can configure information of a particular tile in the dashboard to add or modify information. Now our sales trend tile in the sales dashboard is the active tile. So now if you want to modify any information in this tile, all you need to do is you come to the right hand side button bar and click on configure tile. So once you click on the configure tile, the tile configuration is available for you to modify the information. This is the name of the tile, and in the periodicity by default it is monthly. You can now change the periodicity of your choice. You can set it for quarterly, monthly, half yearly and so on. So let's say we change it to quarterly. The display type is you can have only data, graph only, data and graph. So let's leave this as graph only and then we just save this, and you will now see that the sales trend tile is changed to quarterly information. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter and the fourth quarter. You can add a tile or you can actually remove a tile or delete a tile. For example, let us say we don't want this top group / ledger tile. So just click on the tile, and on the right hand side again, if you come here, you have this option called remove tile. You can press Alt D or click on remove tile. Tally is going to now ask you, do you want to remove the tile? Just press enter and you will observe that the tile is vanished. Similarly, you can add a tile in this dashboard. To add a tile, click on the right hand side button bar where you have this option called add tile. Click here and now you get a list of tiles that you can add. From the list of tile, let us select top stock group. Click on this and press enter. Now Tally is going to ask you what is the group that you want in the tile. From the list of group, let us select primary. So click on primary and now you will see the top stock group tile getting added here, and it gives you the top 5 stock item. You will observe here it says the tile contains information related to stock item, and this is the top 5 stock item of closing balance in value. Now further we can configure this top stock group of your choice. Make sure the top stock group tile is the active tile. How do we know that this is an active tile? The orange border indicates that this is the active tile. Now come to the right hand side button bar and click on configure tile. The name of the tile is top stock group. The stock group that we have selected is primary, and you will see here that you can go and select any group. The method of showing tile detail is highest to lower, and here again you can go and change it from lowest to higher. We will leave this as highest to lower. And the method of information here, you can now select stock item wise or stock group wise. So we leave this as stock item wise and press enter. And now if you notice here, in the type of value, we have these 3 types. Closing balance, which is by default. We can change it to outward or we can change it to inward. Let us now select outward and press enter. Now if you notice in the type of info, whether you want the value to be displayed in the tile or you want the quantity to be displayed in the tile. So let's leave it as value, enter. Now in this case, you might have 0 closing balance, but if you want to see the top stock item outward value, then you can set it as yes. In that case, it is going to show you the closing stock which has got 0 value will also show the outward value. We leave this as no, enter. And if you observe here, the number of stock groups item to display, by default this is going to be 5. We can increase the line item to be displayed in the tile. The maximum number of line items that you can display in the tile is 20. So let's say you want to see 10 stock items. Type 10 and press enter. And now the display type, again, do you want to see data only, graph only, or data and graph? So let us select data and graph. Press enter. The moment you select the display as graph or data and graph, Tally is going to ask you whether you want to view the bar graph or line graph. So let us select bar graph. And the scale factor here is, just in case, let us say if the amount is larger, you can now use any of the scale factor to display the information so that the user can comprehend the information much easier. So let us again leave this to default, enter. And now the position of the tile. So there are 10 tiles in this dashboard. This tile that we have added is gone to the 10th position. Now if you feel that this information is a critical information and you want them to be seen on the top of the dashboard, then you can select the position. So if you notice in this sales dashboard, we have sales trend and purchase trend. Let us say you want to place this as the third tile in the dashboard. Type 3 and press enter. You will now observe the top stock group is giving the list of stock item, outward value higher to lower, and there is one more, it says there is one more item which is here, and you will also see these item with the bar graph that we had selected. This way you can add any number of tiles. Tally gives you a set of 41 tiles that you can use from the list provided by Tally, which we saw in the previous session. Now, important aspect that we have to remember is that since we have added this tile here, you have to now save this view such that whenever you are now selecting this particular dashboard, Tally is going to automatically retain this tile and give you the information. If you press escape now, you will see this message which says this will close the report without retaining the configuration and the changes you have done, which means we had changed the sales trend as quarterly and we have added a new tile which is the top stock group style, which we just now added it. Now if you press enter, Tally is going to come out without saving the new tile that we have added. If you want to save, just press N for no. So we are back in the tile. And now how do we save this extra tile in the sales dashboard? You come here on the right hand side, we have this button called save view. So click on save view, and by default Tally is now going to create a new dashboard and it is going to give you a default name saying the dashboard my view. We can go and change this. So let us say my dashboard. The next option, if you see, set this as default view for the report, which means if you set this to yes, then by default whenever you go to the dashboard, this dashboard is going to get displayed as default. If you set it as no, then the original sales dashboard which Tally is provided will get displayed and you can now go and select your dashboard to view the detail. Let's say we set this as no, enter, and show additional configuration. Let us see what are the additional configurations that you can do. Just press Y for yes, enter, and now it says, do you want to save this view for all companies on this computer? That means, let us say if you have other company with the inventory information in that company, if you say that save this dashboard for all companies, then along with the other information, this top stock group that we added will also get added and display the information related to the particular company that you are opening apart from this company. Press enter. The next option is save with selected period. Now if you say yes, then whatever is the period, let us say you have set the dashboard for 6 months. So we saw in the last video how you can change the period. So if you have set the dashboard for 6 months only, and if you set this as yes, Tally will consider only those dates that you have specified as period and it will retain the information pertaining to that period. Now if we say this as no, then as the additional data gets added to this company, Tally will automatically include those information as of the current date. So since we want this to be updated on a regular basis as the data is being captured, let us leave this as no. Press enter and accept. So now my dashboard is saved. So if you escape here and come back to the dashboard, it is selected, the dashboard option is selected. Just press enter and you will observe that the new tile that we added is not getting displayed, since we had configured saying that don't make this dashboard as a default dashboard. Now how do we get the dashboard that you have saved which you want to view? Now there are two ways of accessing the dashboard. The first one and the easiest is, if you come here, you have this option called change view. Click on change view and you will now see the additional dashboard. Apart from the predefined dashboard provided by Tally, you have your own dashboard, which is my dashboard. All you need to do is just come down and select your view of the dashboard and press enter, and you will observe that your added dashboard will be displayed now from your own dashboard. This way you can select any tile from the dashboard and you can go and configure with the additional information. Now based on the information that is being displayed in the dashboard tile, the configuration will pertain to the specific tile so that you can go and modify the information accordingly. So the configuration of tile is dynamic. So the options available will be different from tile to tile based on the data that is being displayed in the tile. Let us take another example. If you see assets and liability tile, by default Tally is providing you current asset information and the current liability information. Now if you want to add additional information to this particular tile, you know that you go to the configure tile and you will observe here there are a lot of information that are available here for you to configure. Simple thing, let's say that do you want to see with the working capital? Let us say yes, enter, and all you need to do is just press Ctrl A if you don't need any other thing. So now you will see the working capital figure, current asset figure, and also the current liability figure. We have now modified this information. For this information to be retained, we have to save this dashboard. If you want to add another dashboard, we go to add tile and then we have all these dashboards which you can configure, and you also have this show inactive here. When you click on show inactive and press enter, this is where you will get all the 41 dashboard that you can do. The inactive one, if you see here, basically company wise comparison also can be done. How can you use this information in the dashboard? For that you have to select the other company. So let us select another company. Now if I press escape, it will again inform that do you want to save this information. So you just press no. And how do we save additional configuration that you have done for your dashboard? Come to the save view here, click here and keep this as it is so that it will go and update. But if you change the name, it will create as another dashboard. So we are going to set this as yes. We are going to leave this as it is, enter, enter and save this. Now this is the default dashboard. Again click on change view, select my dashboard, enter, and you will see the additional configuration that you have done for assets and liability with the working capital will be retained. Let us select another company. We have two companies here. One is Ganeshji Enterprises and other one is Kailash Traders. So let us now go to the dashboard and let's select our dashboard. Now if you want this dashboard to be the default dashboard so that every time you don't want to go and select your dashboard, come here again, click on change view, select your dashboard, click on save view, and this time let us say we want to set this as a default dashboard. So press Y, enter, save it. Now let us escape, and now this time when you go to the dashboard, your dashboard will be always shown as the default dashboard. So we see the addition that we have done here and also the working capital information. Now let us add one more tile where we can compare information of two companies. We have selected two companies, so it will give you the information. Now you can use the tiles provided in Tally where you can compare various data points. So let's go to add tile, and now if you notice these options are now enabled. So let us go and say you want to compare company-wise sales. Press enter and the company-wise sales is now getting displayed. So two companies information you are seeing. Ganeshji Enterprises sale you are seeing here and the other company information you are seeing here. Here also from any tile, from any data, you can just press enter. Tally is going to take you into the voucher listing of this is Ganeshji Enterprises we have selected. Press escape, come to the second company and you will see the Kailash Enterprises entries that has been made for this company. Press escape again for you to retain this tile in your default dashboard or in your my dashboard. You have to save this again. So click on save view, just press Ctrl A, escape, and when you come back to the dashboard, you will have the sales comparison added in the dashboard. So again, whichever position you want, you know how you can go and change the position of the tile. The second way to access any dashboard is one we saw with the help of change view, we were able to access the dashboard from the list. You can also click on go to, and here again you will see the under the saved view, it will give you the list of dashboard. So whichever option you select, change view or go to, you will be able to access your dashboard. The next one is, let us say that you want to delete a particular dashboard. You cannot delete the predefined dashboard provided by Tally, that is sales dashboard and purchase dashboard. We just now created a dashboard as my dashboard, and for some reason if you want to delete this dashboard, how do we delete this view or the dashboard? Again, come to the right hand side button bar here and click on change view, and you are seeing the list of dashboards. Now just above you have this option called delete saved views. So click on this, enter. Now you will again observe that Tally is listing only the user defined created dashboard, not the predefined dashboard. Just press enter. Now Tally is asking you, do you want to delete this? If you press enter, that dashboard is now deleted. Now press escape. So we have only these two dashboards, and now when we go to the dashboard next time, you will see the default sales dashboard. So the stock and the working capital information that we configured for assets and liability, that dashboard is completely deleted. The next thing is that let us say that you don't want your data entry operator to give access to this dashboard. Let us say for some other user you want to give access to a particular tile of information in the dashboard and not all the information that are there in the dashboard, or you would have created your own dashboard. From that dashboard you don't want to give access to particular information of the tile. So how do we now do this? So we will quickly walk through how we can configure this through the security control. Once we enable the security control, when you want to log into the company, you'll have to provide the username and the password. So I'm going to say A is my username and password. I have logged in through the administrator password. So once you log into the administrator password, you can now configure the dashboard for different entity as per your organization's requirement. So how do we now set this? You go to company, and if you see here, you have this user role. I have created two user role. One as accountant and other one as assistant accountant. First, let us see the configuration for assistant accountant, where you don't want to give access to the dashboard to this type of user. Very simple. All you have to do is, apart from your other disallow and allow that you can set up for your security control, you have this option called dashboard, which can be disallowed. You select full access and then select dashboard, press enter and save it. Now this account assistant, when this person is logging to the company, let us see what happens. We're going to say change user. I'm going to change user, and accounts assistant is logging in. So we have this option called dashboard. So when you click on dashboard, it says no access allowed for this user, since we have disabled the dashboard access to this particular entity. Now there could be multiple user with this security type. All the users who are tagged to the assistant accountant user type, they will not have access to the dashboard. Now let's say you want to allow partial display of certain tile for senior accountant or the normal accountant or any other entity. So how do we now configure that? Let us now go to the accountant security setup. Here, if you see, we are disallowing purchase trend tile, cash and bank account tile, assets and liability tile, and accounting ratio tile we are disallowing. These tiles that are there in the dashboard, this user of this security level will not have access to these tiles. So I'm going to save this. Let us log in from the accountant's credentials. So we have this dashboard. When you click on dashboard, the person is able to go inside the dashboard. But if you observe, the purchase trend we have disallowed and it says no access allowed. Similarly, cash and bank, no access allowed. Assets and liability, no access allowed. And accounting ratio, no access allowed. So this person cannot see the information of these tiles. But other tiles, this person can see the information by even by drilling down, and all the options are available for this person. So we have this sales trend as the active tile. If you want to expand this tile, you see here there is this option called expand tile. So let's quickly go and configure with data and the graph. So you go to configure tile, and monthly we want to have data and graph. We want bar graph default and the position is going to be 1. So control A. So we have this information. Now if you want to expand this tile and see only this tile for detail analysis, you come here and click on expand tile here, which is Alt V. Click on expand tile and now you have this tile larger, where you can analyze them more focused. In the expand mode also, you have this configure tile where you can click and configure any other information of your choice. Important information, just remember to concentrate on your right hand side button bar and your bottom button bar to manage your dashboard and use them effectively. I hope this video would have given a quick understanding of how you can leverage the dashboard features and also how you can have a complete grip over the configuration of the dashboard. So in the next video, we will cover the second major feature under release 4.0, which is Excel import. So thank you all once again for staying till the end. See you all in the next session. Thank you very much.